like I said, my family and my background, I'm blessed, and I was able to fall back and
Mm.
and think,
Yeah, and
think,
actually
yeah,
think.
man, because it's
It's
crazy, man.
it's hard to think out here now, just to find a piece of silence, just so you can just clear your brain and honestly think. It is it.
And I'll tell you what, Yogi, I prayed and I asked and I worked and I said, listen, I want to be able to tap in and be able to help people because this is not right. This is just not
No,
right.
it's not. I felt it in like going through my journey. I had a family member that passed away during the COVID. My youngest cousin, very close, and that's really what threw me into my journey of just having to go through, therapy and
Hmm.
uh, what's the other one, but grieving, like dealing with a grievance counselor
Yeah,
and kind of embodying everything. And then just like kind of stumbling into meditation during that because I was like, I gotta figure out a way to balance my mental and my physical right now. I mean, I was all off. I was completely off. So
hmm,
when the door opened up and meditation was the path that I chose, because there's many paths you can go. I could have stayed in therapy, like most people do, but I don't honestly I don't believe you should be a lifer in therapy. If
yeah,
you're there for a long period of time, I don't think the therapist is doing what they're doing and you're giving your money away. Finding the root cause is what the therapist should be there for.
right,
So prolonging that, it shouldn't take that long for you to understand what somebody's issue is.
right, yeah,
So once but I must say this though, with the caveat that the therapist that I had was a realistic therapist. They wasn't whitewashed by the system.
that
So
you got now. I wonder
yeah,
what would happen if you would have had another type of therapist that was trying to run you down the line.
I've always been a free thinker, and I've always been one of those people. I can sit in a situation for a minute and then it'll click like, okay, this is not right. There's like
The
there's
discernment,
something.
the
Yeah,
be-
I've always had it since a kid, and I tap into it more now as an adult. But yeah, that level of discernment is just like after a while, I just know that the human mind and the human body only works a certain way.
right.
So once you telling me that we go in this direction, then I'm like, "Nah, it just doesn't work that way. Like I'm not a pill taker. Like I don't even take aspirin. I barely take aspirin. Like my headache has to be just off the chart for me to put an aspirin in me. So it's like I understand the chemical balance of the human body. And if I
You
throw
know,
too many drugs in my body, it offsets that chemical balance. So if my chemical balance is off, that means my thinking's off, my emotions are off, my movements are off. So I try to stay sound body and mind. That's just where it's becoming for me. So I stopped drinking just to keep that balance. But I do smoke. So I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm perfect, that I don't do anything to offset my balance. But for me, just I gotta have that level of control over my mental.
yeah, that's understandable because that's what I mean. It's your chariot. I mean, you working it.
Yeah.
I'm hearing over this last year that a lot of people are starting to realize that the system, the healthcare system,
Mhm.
school system,
Yeah.
the judicial system, all the systems are breaking down, man. And I'm like, these are exciting, amazing times.
Oh, these are great times. These are great times for people that have the natural ability to teach. This is the time for the teachers, the healers, the seekers.